So what is the Christian view of suicide? Well, let me tell you what it is, and let me tell you what it isn't. Starting with what it isn't, it's not the unpardonable sin. It's not the sin that if you commit it, you're automatically cut out from heaven. That's just not true. But what it is it is sinful. It's murder. It's one of the 10 commandments. It's self-murder, but it's still murder nonetheless. And God has a prohibition on murder going all the way back into creation, into the early chapters of Genesis, where it's talking about taking someone's life who's an image of God, that human beings are separate and special because we're created in God's image. And because of that, murder is wrong, and because of that, self-murder is wrong. So when it comes to suicide, and it comes to the Christian view of suicide, it's wrong, it's evil, it's murder. And one of the other reasons is because it's selfish. It's not only taking an image of God and snuffing that out, but it's also selfish. And what I mean by that is that it's the most self-dominated act that you can do. It doesn't take into account all the people that are going to be destroyed by it. It doesn't take into account the long-lasting effects it's going to have on other people. It's just dominated by the moment, by the feelings and the thoughts in the moment. Third is demonic. Truly, it's demonic. It is something that the one who hates human beings the most, Satan himself, would love for people to kill themselves. It is an act of ultimate rebellion in a way, because we're saying to God, you're not the one in charge of all of life, I am. It is that kind of prideful rebellion that comes from the heart of Satan and then is whispered into the ears of those who kill themselves. Now, when it comes to suicide, it is something that is incredibly devastating. As a pastor who has done funerals for people who've committed suicide, it is the worst possible funeral to lead because the people there blame themselves, most of all, for that person not being there. They're very forgiving, they're very understanding for the person that killed themselves, and they heap massive amounts of condemnation on themselves. Gosh, if I only would have, if I could have talked to them, if I would have talked to them, if I would have called them, if only I would have known. I didn't talk to them. I didn't put enough care. I was too focused on myself. On and on and on. And it devastates people for decades when these things happen. And so listen, 2 things. Number 1, even though I said it's not the unpardonable sin, I tried to make it very clear that it is sinful, it's demonic, it's selfish, and it damages people for decades. So that means that if you're thinking about suicide, number 1, God is not finished with you yet. So please do not do that. And then number 2, if you need help, please email us info@redeemeraz.org. Please call one of these suicide helplines. Here's one I'm going to give you right now. 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-TALK. The Christian view of suicide may be that it's sinful, but not the unpardonable sin, not a sin that automatically sends you to hell. But listen to me clearly, it's not good. It's never good. It is devastating and damaging, and it's demonic. So please, if you are watching this because you're wondering about an action that you're thinking about taking, please, I beg you, please get help as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.